Hey guys, Tempiko here. I will probably repeat the same question. Actually, I will repeat the same greeting in just a few moments, as I had just finished playing League of Legends, and I also did finish the tutorial for this week's tutorial Tuesdays. To apologize, slightly disorganized, and yeah, that's just that. I'm just slightly disorganized, can't actually seem to get my head wrapped around my words. So we're back into character selection, as you can see on my screen, and here today we'll be talking about solo top, specifically Shen. Last week I showed you the map, I showed you the in-game lobby, the runes, the masteries, and everything. So this week this Tuesday I'll be talking about Shen, and this is Shen's passive, Keystrike. As you can see, every 8 seconds Shen's next tag deals bonus damage. His Q, which I usually start, is Whirlpool Blade. He has a feint, which is a shield that he shields himself and absorbs damage. Shadow Dash is his taunt. Now this is an AoE taunt. He can taunt all five of enemy's champions, so it's not a single target taunt. That's always good to know. And Stand United, as you will see in the actual tutorial, shields the allied champion from incoming damage, and actually explain it better and show you what it does. So he is one of the typical solo tops. Next to him we have Wukong, who is not that tanky but is in fact a solo top. He is more of a bruiser, but we'll get to those in due time. What champion I did want to talk to you about, as you will see him playing against me, is Jarvan. Now I'm not going to bother you with the lore. He is a melee fighter. He is build definitely tanky. His abilities, this is his passive, martial cadence. Jarvan Force, initial basic attack on a target deals bonus physical damage. These effects cannot occur again on the same target for a short duration. So back to the overview. That's his passive. His Q is Dragon Strike. Jarvan extends his lance, dealing physical damage and lowering the armor of all enemies in its path. Additionally, this will pull Jarvan to his Damascene standard, knocking up enemies in his path. Very, very good. Golden Aegis is his W ability, and Jarvan calls upon the ancient kings of Demacia to shield him from harm and slow surrounding enemies. And Damascene standard works well with Q, with the Dragon Strike, as the Damascene standard Jarvan carries the Pride of Demacia, passively granting him bonus attack, speed, and armor. I should read this again. Passively granting him bonus attack, speed, and armor. Activating the Damascene standard allows Jarvan to place a Damascene flag, granting these benefits to nearby allies. And the next will be Cataclysm. So Jarvan heroically leaps into battle at a target with such force that it terraforms the surrounding area to create an arena around them. You will see that arena, you will see that ultimate at least for a short period of time. Now the trick with that ultimate is you can activate it, jump on the enemy champion, it raises up, but if you click the R button, which is the ultimate's shortcut, you will, hotkey that is, you will disable that ultimate immediately. So for all of you who are learning Jarvan, remember, if you get stuck with your allies, press that R immediately and let them go so they can go after the necessary kills. I think that's about that I wanted to say in this area. Oh yeah, runes and masteries. Runes for Shen that I used today I have been, I think, Tongsitol, my tanky, magic resist blues, and it's per level, yellow armors, red armor, and movement speed quintessence. Some other that are useful are armor penetration, quintessences, which I'm planning to change, as I know attack damage are far more preferable here, physical damage, attack damage red, armor yellows, and magic resist per level blues. So that's some other more diverse solo top preference for the ADs, as I'm talking about ADs and bruisers this time. For the masteries, I am using the 921-0. So we have the Summoner's Wrath because of Ignite and Exhaust. I ran with the Exhaust, but Ignite is also good. Attack speed, 3 out of 4, don't forget, as you see. Deadliness and weapon expertise, so it gives 12 attack damage per level, 12 attack damage at level 18, so it's 0.67 attack damage per level, and physical damage ignores 8% of the turret's armor, so that is also good. Here we have durability, all four of it, resistance, 1 out of 3 resistance, hardiness, unyielding, so let's see, armor, magic resist, reduce damage from champions by 2, reduces effectiveness of slows, 30 health, reduces damage taken from turrets because you will be the one turret diving, reduces damage taken from champion basic attacks by 3, so this is 5 damage reduction from enemy champions. Grants 1 armor and resist for each nearby champion. Excellent for Shen and Irelia. I will touch upon Irelia a little bit later. Juggernaut increases maximum health by 2.75%. Again, very useful. Good Hands, this reduces times that's spent dead. And reinforced armor, so this reduces critical strike damage by 10%, so that's very good. And honor guard reduces damage taken by 3%, so a lot of damage reductions, removing those slows and things like that. This is, yeah, 110 champions. The list still grows, so I'm slightly lost. Pardon? Slightly lost a bit. So this is Irelia, and I will touch upon her later, but for today's tutorial we have Shen, who is the main focus, and the enemy champion who I will be fighting in the form of my dear friend is Jarvan. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I know I had fun making it. It's still work in progress, and because my friends list was very sparse, rare, devoid of friends, as they were all offline, I couldn't incorporate the glimpse of the junglers. Next Tuesday, just a heads up, will be jungler. So if you're an upcoming jungler or you're interested in it, tune in next week, and till then, may your victories be great and your defeats graceful, I guess. And always remember to have fun in the Summoner's Rift. Bye guys. Hey guys, Tempicro here, and it's another Tutorial Tuesday, where you learn the wonderful thing that is League of Legends. Last week's Tuesday, I've shown you the map, I've explained where the camps are, the turrets are. Today you'll see more of it in a different way, and of course you'll see the in-game shop, and the first lane that we'll be covering in this week's tutorial is the top lane. Now, one of the classic champions for top lane is Shen, as I have taken him. You can see him here. Very nice fetching ninja, flipping ninja. We're gonna start with something that is uniquely, well, one of the most usual top lane off-tank bruiser items, and that is the cloth armor and health potions. Also with me I have in my party the lovely Tristana bot as my assistant, as I will be using her for demonstration of Shen's ultimate Stand United, which is unlocked on level 6, and it places a shield on target allied champions, almost said alien, allied champion, absorbing 250 damage for 5 seconds. After channeling for 3 seconds, Shen teleports to the target's location. Now you may be wondering what I'm doing all the way down here instead of here where my lane is. Well, it's because usually solo top is the lane where you're only alone against another person, and means you have a jungler who will be sitting here attacking wolves, and you will be guarding him with the mid laner from this side, and also helping him take on the blue buff when it spawns in 3, 2, 1. There we go. You help him and then you move back to your lane. Usually I go through the tri-bush because I never know if someone is here or here in these bushes, and it's better to be safe than sorry. Once you get into your lane, you start last creeping, and you miss a creep.
From the shadows.
This is last creeping, waiting for the minion to almost be at its death, and then you strike. It takes a bit of practice. I still lose a CS, a minion here and there, but mostly it's just clear cut. So doing this, trying to farm up, getting levels. I'll take the shield. If I know that I have early leveling early ganking jungle, I will take taunt, which is also known as shadow dash, and to just secure a kill, or to secure a kill either for me or my jungler, so that things can go smoothly. Now I open Q, then W, then W again, but recently I started opening all three abilities by level 3. Now this is just show how the top looks like, what you need to do, what you can expect, and you run smoothly through it. Usually when there is your counterpart, which I will bring in later, your counterpart is in, you tend to strike at each other. Usually it's either off tanks, tanks, bruisers, fighters, occasional AD. Katarina is known to be played as an AD top in this. Kha'Zix, who is a type of a fighter assassin, is also known to be used frequently in Season 3, Vladimir being one of them. Nidalee, now she is an interesting champion and she can go both ways. She can go AP and she can go AD, and she is preferred AD in this top lane, so a big level 6, can't wait for level 6 cat doing her things. Now, as I'm bashing these minions, gaining up gold to show a bit of items here. So, items. I will probably be going for the Aegis, or actually Runic Bulwark later on. Gives health, armor, magic resist, and also has the unique aura Legion. Now that unique passive or aura means that it doesn't stack, it basically doesn't stack. You can have 2 items of the same nature. In Season 1 you could have few items that are same. Season 2 some you some unique some passives. Most passives were unique. They were aura, and they stacked Aegis of Legion and being one of them. The others I will mention later in one of the next tutorials when I will be covering support and mid laners. So the point of the top laner is to allow the rest of his team to fight 4-on-4 in other lanes. Now this is also the lane where most stuff happen. Pardon? Where most stuff happen. They will soul tops will often sacrifice themselves for the good of the team, pushing well past the first line turret, so way behind here somewhere, baiting the enemy jungler to allow a 4-on-3 fight near the dragon or on bottom. And sometimes the top lane will also have a 4-on-4 2-on-2 fights, which will be 2 junglers and 2 top laners. It's also the one that is most busy. Junglers often come here and do their work, as it's rarely guarded with a ward. It is, but rarely. Now, usually I would keep this turret up till about 15 minutes in, as I am alone here. I'm just showing that this would be a huge advantage for my team if I did this in a normal game. Meaning I won my lane, but also I am giving it a huge advantage in some percentage as well. Now, since I'm level 7, I have unlocked my Stand United, and for some reason Tristana is overextending like now, and her support is about to die and they're fighting. Their jungler's incoming, their mid lane is incoming, our jungler's running there as well, mid laner is coming, but I'm the one that will get here the fastest with my Stand United. It's a full global ultimate.
Press on.
I just saw the shield that just expired, save her, and here we would be fighting. Yes, one player from our team could have died. I'm recalling so that I can shop, but we would probably take a few of them down as well, as we never know what situation is around us. So I'll pick up the Emblem of Valor because I didn't have enough gold for Aegis of the Legion. I'll pick up boots. Now, depending on the enemy team composition, I might take the Mercury Thread, which gives me magic resist, and Tenacity, which reduces the stuns, slows, taunts, fears, silences, blinds, and immobilizes by 35%. So I'm looking if they have most of that, I'll take Mercury Threads. If they're just mainly bruisers, I'll pick up Ninja Tabby, and then work my way to getting Frozen Mallet, as I want to become tanky. But starting with Giant's Belt to get that 380 health up. So this is the recommended list. It's usually very helpful. You can pick out 2 or 3 items, or even all 6 items from this list. But here is where the magic actually really happens. You have the consumables with the side stones, oracles, crystalline flask, defense, everything under defense. Here is where the AD is going in with the life steals and attack speeds, magic for the ability power magic dealers, and movement. You usually see boots and some items that grant movement speed, so everything is. Also, you may notice this little area here. So I clicked on the Giant's Belt, and this is all the items I can get from the Giant's Belt. If I clicked on the Ruby Crystal, this is all the items I can get from the Ruby Crystal. So it's very easy to get by with shortcuts if you don't know what you're looking for. If you know what you're looking for, and then working on getting that done. Now we've seen this, we've seen the farm, we've seen everything. I am going to show you a typical fight on top between 2 top lane. Hey guys, so this is the continuation of the tutorial, as you will be seeing two summoning screens. Now I am on Yellow Jacket Shen. My dear teammate and my dear friend is helping me out with while playing Jarvan. He is a tank, off-tank type of bruiser, same as Shen. So this is all in the spirit and the theme of this week's tutorial. I am saddened that we could not get two other of my friends, as none of them are online. Everyone's disappeared today from the face of the earth, to show you how exactly would the solo top will go with junglers, but that will be left for some other time.
Press on.
So my typical start. This will be more or less very brutal. My friend just asking what lane we are going,
Our wills align.
so that he can prepare.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
As previously seen, I am still going after this area.
Balance steps.
So I did my usual shopping, preparing for the emblem of Valor, for that Eggs of Legion.
Minion spell.
We'll be going for Giant's Belt, Frozen Mallet, so Giant's Belt or Frozen Mallet, so that you actually see what it is. It gives 700 health, attack damage, 30 attack damage, and basic attacks slow the target's movement speed by 1.5 seconds on hit. 40% slow for melee attacks, 30% slow for range attacks. So 40% every time I hit something with my
Without a sound.
auto attack, I slow them down. So that is very good. I'll be probably working then on Warmogs. It's also built from the Giant's Belt. So I'll be stacking quite a lot of health to become a bit more tankier. This time I did not invite, didn't put up friendly or enemy bot,
Immediately.
as I want to show you the usual fight between two top laners. So this is how it is. This is the usual dance that you do, that you actually see on my Mondays and Thursdays video. Don't forget to watch yesterday's video that I posted. And on Thursday there will be one as well, and then
So I
the
don't.
North American wall of LCS will start. So as you can see, lots of damage being thrown left and right, disrupting of the farming, trying to pull back, pick that minion up. Being shooed away from them. Using my healing potions, as you can see. Being pushed back. Now this is the usual
Tread carefully.
thing that happens. Jarvan is very strong early game. Shen not so much, but he can hold his own.
I find
Now I'm pressing my luck here as well. My friend could turret dive me and kill me. He is using his javelin, as you can see here, to try and get me as low on health as possible. But he doesn't know that I opened my taunt so that I can easily bait him in and get him killed under the turret. This doesn't actually suit me. This doesn't suit the solo top being pushed on its lane, but at the same time the enemy is overextending and the jungler could come from this area behind him. or from the river.
Press on.
Now he is baiting me. Just moving back and forth, same level. Not sure about the experience, I think he's slightly ahead of me.
Target marked.
But that is the price to pay when you are pushed to your lane. Also, this is, I think, one of the only
There is no dispute.
lanes that forgives a one-on-one. If you get killed and take your enemy with you, it is forgiven because none of you are farming, none of you are being,
Understood.
none of you are creeping, so it works out relatively well. See how much gold? Yeah, it's enough.
So I go.
He is very ruthless, and I'm not giving up from this lane. I should be going back, but I'm not giving up on it just yet.
Immediately.
And I could die to the minions. This is what happens when you don't go back, when you press your luck, when you continue to stay where you know you shouldn't be. And this was also a perfect opportunity for the jungler to come round and kill me, so I will pretend that there was a jungler and buy a
Without
ward.
steps.
Now wards, as you saw but didn't understand in my regular videos till now, they are placed around the map in strategic places to see when the enemy is coming round. In this
So
case
I
I'll
go.
be putting it here while I move in. Not sure how long this particular fight will last. I'll probably get up to some higher levels so you can see
Tread
most of the
carefully.
build. I'll be warding here and then going back to trying to get some levels and last hitting.
Without steps.
Jarvan is here as well. He bought boots, vampiric scepter, gives attack, damage and 10% lifesteal. Crystalline flask and some extra potions as well. He is also level 6, so he is going to use his ability. I think not soon, because he knows I still have my taunt up and I can easily escape it, but we will be seeing it. Because he is stronger at the moment than me, and I might actually change a bit of my strategic plan into getting something that will help me deal more damage and survive more, and that will be Sunfire Cape. Just trying to farm. Now I pushed him on the turret and he prefers that. Especially a champion like Jarvan, he would prefer to be on your turret because you have that very interesting ultimate that you will see, I think, very very soon. He's trying to bait my stun on me. See, that was his ultimate. We will be seeing it a bit later on as well. I got mine. Jarvan's ultimate is called Cataclysm. And it is basically a ring around him and enemies or allies alike. A good Jarvan will catch him and will only be him inside with the enemies, while a bad Jarvan will be helping the enemies by placing himself and the allies inside. So it's a very 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 hard dance, especially with Jarvan being also slightly in a better disposition with his range than me. He is a melee champion, but he has that banner toss or javelin type of thing, lance toss.
So
He has no mana, I have no health, and this would be a good opportunity to recall back, gain some health bait your enemy Jarvan into thinking that he has you. He's also out farming me by a lot, but that is to be expected when you are mostly sitting
With
on your
balanced
turret.
steps.
So going back into the lane, after picking up boots, so that will definitely give me some better movement. As I am in a clear disadvantage in this lane, and I will be calling for my jungler to come and help me to relieve some stress, to allow me to farm, as I'm losing 20 CS, and
Immediately.
that is never good. I do have that Emblem of Valor, which regenerates my health, but other than that, nothing else. He is level 8 still, so that is some small comfort.
Target marked.
Trying to dodge his javelins.
Understood.
He came back with crystal, ruby crystal and longsword, so he's going for phage as well, or will be going for
There is no
phage.
dispute.
He attacked me, so he is also in my minions,
Tread carefully.
which I'm using to my benefits. Cataclysm comes up again. I flash away this
So I
time,
go.
as I didn't have enough energy for the shadow dash. So it's very good to know when your cooldowns are up, what energy or mana, how to use your resources properly. I'm really getting pounded here, so this tutorial is going to be slightly one-sided, which is a shame. Also, at this point of the game, the turret really gives me no protection whatsoever. He is probably thinking about dropping in. He takes me down again, and he's free to walk past the turret and start continue beating on him, on it actually. Another of these. Because I'm getting Ninja Tabai. He recalled as well. He will probably have enough gold for phage at this point, as the gold increased to 40, as the CS increased to 40 CS difference. So at this point he is definitely having me by 2 levels, 40 CS and 2 kills. At this point the lane is almost surely lost.
So I
My
go.
turret is on 50% health. And I will be, or the top laner in this situation would be squealing for help from his teammates, from his jungler, trying to,
Find one
and so Shen, he would be using his ultimate to try and get those assists, those kills, turning the game
from the shadows.
in favor of his team, even though Shen is losing. So he came back with the brutalizer instead of phage, so this will hurt quite a lot. More, as you can see from my damage, those two,
There is no dispute.
that level and a half difference, what it's making is definitely harder, and he knows it. He knows that he has the advantage. He's not afraid to show it, and I will be definitely paying the price for it, or actually any solo top will be paying the price
It must be
for the mistakes that he did in the early game. We are slowly entering mid-game, and I am behind on CS, behind on kills, behind on items, basically. At the end of the day, it all comes down to that I am falling behind on items. Now, again, he could jump in. I think he already used his ultimate. He can easily jump in and kill me. He's clearing my minions way faster than I am his. I am mostly wasting those resources. He is moving better and stronger than me,
with balanced steps.
so that he knows that if I don't go back as I am now, and I won't even stay near my turret at this
Tread
point,
carefully.
I would be moving towards this bush. As you can see, the enemy top laner will go behind the enemy turret and free farm, and there's nothing no one can do it. The turret goes down, I am without health items, barely with any armor, and this would be, when that turret fell, it's the end of the game for your team's top laner.
With balanced steps.
Same goes for the enemy, if the enemy's top laner drops as well. Gets behind on CS. Now, here you can't lose much. You are down in kills, down one turret, down in items and CS, so falling behind gold immensely. You now free farm, as you have a better flow of the minions, but also you are at a you're trying to catch up to your laning counterpart, while he free roams, waits for my minions to get to his first turret, then he roams the lanes, other lanes, ganks with the jungler, or ganks while the jungler is in the jungle, trying to see an opening, forcing team fights, getting the dragon, just working all over the place. And that's about that for this week. I will try to get some of my friends. Oh, so he picked up the blue and the red buff, and he came from behind because I wasn't watching, as I didn't buy the ward. He picked up Mercury threads because of my taunt, and he is working on still on that phage. He tricked me into using my shadow dash, but I had my flash up, my exhaust as well. I will slow him, but it will be no good as he has me by the balls, so to say, and I will go down. And that's it, folks. Nothing to say about the top lane any further without the junglers that I will try to include in one of my next tutorials so that you can see how that goes, and a jungler itself. And I've shown you what a strong jungler can be, such as Jarvan, and what a Shen, an underfed Shen, can't do much to help stop him and help himself either.